everyone, this is Shay of Earthy Shay Tarot. Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time here, thanks. Welcome to my channel, and please like, subscribe. And what I'm going to do in this video is go over all decks I use for the month of February. And I just wanted to share them with you and my thoughts and opinions, my experiences. Take it as you will. And yeah, let's get to it. And first of all is the, yes, this is the one of the famous Peggy Bags from Sparks Creations. I will put a link for her channel below. But I have, any deck that I work with, I have a bag. And I have a few of Peggy's bags and a few of just random bags that I find here and there. But the first deck I want to talk about is the Lightseers Tarot. This is the mass market edition. I got this on Amazon, and I also have the indie version. I'm going to find it real quick. Hold on. Sorry if the camera is bouncing. My apologies. I need to get a new wand. But this is my indie version, and they're different. Bigger book, of course. And the deck itself, it's edged in the screen. The green. These cards are a very nice cardstock, beautiful cards. But for traveling, for going to, you know, tarot circle type thing, I just wanted to deal with these. The mass market edition, they are a little bit more glossier than this matte from the indie version, but they're good cardstock, probably about the same. I maybe a tad thinner, but they're nice, and I wanted it to travel with and to be able to go to tarot circle. I can talk with this version here. I didn't want to mess up my indie version, which I adore. Okay. So, this version, I did edge this deck. This is one of the few that came a little bit beat up. Just like if I had modified it myself. So it was just a little bit out of whack. But that didn't bother me, especially after edging it in the screen. And it doesn't bother me one bit. I don't even think about it anymore. I love this deck. It is gorgeous. It is an awesome deck. I took this with me when I went to Tucson to the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show, which I still have to do a video for, of all the goodies that I had purchased there. But this deck is very modern. I love the symbolism in it. I just love the feel, the very boho feel. And this is definitely one of my favorite decks now. I had my daughter use this the other day, and she fell head over heels for it. So she might be stealing this one from me. Who knows? But this is a very affordable deck on Amazon, like I said. And it is very good quality for a mass market deck. I believe they have fixed this issue with the cards kind of being mismatched on the edges, but you know what? It doesn't bother me one bit. I modified it. I edged it in green. It looks great. And I have a wonderful bag. All right. The next deck I worked on in February, was an oracle. I worked with this oracle for a good 2 weeks, mostly because I modified it. And I apologize for glossy glare. This is Blue Angel, and all of their decks are very, very glossy. What I did with this deck is I did modify it. I cut off the edges from the inside. Oops, and then the first picture is a nudie picture. I'm sorry. So, I didn't cut on the border on the outside, but the one on the inside. Oh. And that way it just brought the images more to life. It says come to life. it just turned out so well after I cut these. And more nudity, sorry. And this is such a beautiful deck. I really enjoyed working with it. And I can do a walkthrough if you guys want me to. And this is, of course, I'm sorry, the Sacred Rebels guidebook, the second, the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. And I did edge this one. Look how cool that is. It's got like the purple inside and this dark maroon. I think that turned out so cool. I just love it. But oh, naked again. But I just love how it turned out after I cut off those borders. They were just insane. And I just love this deck. And like I said, I do a walkthrough. If you guys want, just state down below that you would love to see a walkthrough of it. And I will do it. But that is the Sacred Rebels by Alana Fairchild. The next deck I worked on is another tarot. I'm just going to pull this one right now. And I worked with this one quite a bit. After I got back from the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show, I pulled out my Sacerobito deck. This is by Stasia Burrington, and it's called the Sacerobito, and you can find this one on Etsy. If I remember, I will put the link for it below. It's a beautiful deck, beautiful backs, this gold edging, and these are a dream. They're a little bit slippy, but they are a dream to shuffle. I love this deck, and it's just the wonderful images. Look at that Lover's card. Ten of Swords. The Naked, sorry. It's just her art. I mean, this is a famous deck. I know you've all probably seen this deck a million times, but this is just a great representation. I love that Judgment. Love that High Priestess. It's just good, solid deck. Great beginner deck, too. And that is the Sacerobito. Or some people say Sassy Burrito. Okay, next is I'm going to do this one, because I used that Sacred Rebels Oracle for a very long time, so I used it even with this one. And this is my Textured Tarot. This is one of my favorite decks. I do wish at some point that this comes in a better cardstock. This one is just so thick and cardboardy, but I just love this deck. This is one favorite deck. One of them. Again, it's a very modern deck. Very modern pictures. It's got this collage style, and it's just, I don't know, I connect with it very well. It has the bull at the bank, the wands, and again, very bohemian. I mean, it's just such a good deck. Love it. Overhand shuffle only, will not rifle shuffle just because the cardstock is so thick, but it is a good deck. Again, this is one that you can find on Etsy, and that is the Textured Tarot, and the artist is Lisa McLaughlin Art. Sometimes I read and think too fast for my mouth, and my mouth has a hard time catching up. Okay, an Oracle deck I went for is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle that I used. I used it with my Textured Tarot. This is a nice all-around solid Oracle deck. It's very beautiful. I have not trimmed it. I'm not sure if I will trim it. I just really like how it is with the borders, because it makes me think they're portraits, because it's just this old-fashioned imagery. And it's such a beautiful deck. And it works so well. It has great keywords. That That's so beautiful. And I just, it's a good one. This is a good oracle, one of my favorites. So, and that is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley. It is a US Games deck. You can find it on Amazon. Okay, next, go back to another oracle. This one I kind of brought into a few different readings this month. When I use the Textured Tarot and when I use the Sacerobito, I brought in the Botanical Inspirations Oracle. This is a US Games with this little flip top. It's super cute. And the artist is Lynn Arujo. But it's a very brilliant little deck with these flowers, and it will give you the name. It gives you the, I know it's the Latin name, but it also might be like the, I want to say the chemistry name or the species. It'll give you a keyword, grace and sweetness for pink rose, and it'll give you a little saying. Every card has different sayings. This one says, the pursuit of perfection then is the pursuit of sweetness and light, which I think they're very meaningful and just fit what the keywords represent in coordination with the flowers. And I forgot something to drink, so just bear with me. But I just love the antique look of these. It goes very well with the vintage oracle that I had. And they just work really, really well together. And let me pull a couple of those cards. Of course, I already have them packed away. But I just thought they just match so well. There's the art card. And, I mean, it's just yellow rose, red rose. I mean, honeysuckle. They just match up so well, so beautifully. I just love it. Oops, and that one's upside down. Gladiola, playfulness, strength, moral character, elegance, patience, strength. I just, like I said, they pair up very well, and they're just so beautiful together. And so I brought that one out and used that too for the month of February. Let's see here. Okay, next is another deck that I had modified. When I tried to work with this one, and I thought doing some, yeah, this is the Darkness of Light. This is the bag that came with it. This is another deck I got off at Etsy, and it's a very, very dark deck. And I etched this one in black, which I can tell I already need to go over in some areas again, but I just gave it a better look. And yeah, I can already tell after shuffling it and using it, you can tell that it's like, okay, well, I need to etch that and that again. So I need to do another and it's, you know, some of these pictures are so beautiful and so spot on, but then I have a hard time with some of them as well. It's a very, like I said, dark deck. I use this one in my tarot circle, and nobody could see them across the circle because it was so dark, and it was just kind of funny. I'm like, well, it's there. You can see it. But some are just so pretty. I mean, that's beautiful. And look at that. I mean, just her face being covered. It's just great deck. Great shadow work deck. Look at that king. Oh, I just love that. Knight. Beautiful Two of Cups. Magician. It's a good learner's deck. Look at that one. So pretty. And these images are just nudity. Sorry. I really like this deck. I've had issues with it here and there, and don't know why all of those. The devil card in this one's not one of my favorites, of course. There is actually a devil card out there that I actually like, but this one, yeah, I wish, you know, like the sun, I wish it was a little bit more bright. It just seems kind of faded a little bit, and for the sun card it needs to be a little brighter. This is just what I like, what I prefer. It's just me. I'm trying to find the devil card, which is just awesome death card, by the way. It's Chariot. Why are these upside down? Okay, there's the devil. I just had a hard time with that. It's very creepy. Judgment. Coins. Yeah. Okay. Great moon card. And a 10 of coins. I pulled this one up quite a bit in this deck, this 10 of coins with the dog in front of the fireplace. I like that representation. And just that warmth, that, like, the hearth, and just feeling welcome and protected, and that's just what you get, the vibe I get from that card. Okay, and then I also worked with this deck. I worked with this oracle, which is the Sacred Destiny, which is very, very new to me. I'm still working with it. It's fairly new, and I really like this deck. They still kind of stick to each other because they're so new. But yeah, I saw this one on my YouTubers, and they enabled me, and I went and bought it because everybody's raving about it, and so I ended up getting it, and I really enjoy it. I love the matte finish. They're just so pretty. I don't know if I'll ever cut this out. I might do it, but then I'll miss the words, so I don't know. I might just leave them like they are because I think they're awesome. I think that's a great representation of flexibility with the bamboo. But great cards. Really love the beauty of nature. Look at this one for purity. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. But yep, that is Sacred Destiny Oracle. Did I not say what it was? By Denise Lynn. It's a US Games. Yep, and I never said what the Darkness of Light one was. I know I said it when you can get it on Etsy, but I never said who the creator was. Oh my gosh. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. Okay, The Darkness of Light, 3rd edition. Designed and illustrated by Tony DeMauro. Published by Wavelength Laboratory, LLC. www.thedarknessoflight.tarot, or no, www.darknesstarot.com. There. That should make it for it, right? Etsy. You can look for it on Etsy as well. Darkness of Light Tarot, and I'll take you right to it. Okay, last but not least, I did work with this deck just a little bit in past month, and that was the good old Osha's and Tarot. I've been trying to study this deck. That's the back. Did pretty well. I worked with it for a few times and just read the book, and it's pretty awesome deck. That one's cool for that card, the Old Miser. And the imagery is just, yeah. I never noticed the baboon with the pen until I actually used this deck, and I was just like, oh my gosh. But this is classic deck. Everybody almost has it. It's a great one. I'm still learning it, and so I might pull it out again for this month. I'm not there yet, but we'll see. I had a lot of fun using it, and I will definitely be keeping this one and going back to it over and over again. Now this bag I got, I think, from a local shop. But I loved it because of the lotus blossom, and it just reminded me of the Osho Zenteros. So great match there. But that's it. That is the decks that I use for the month of February. And I'll have another one hopefully in March for the decks that I used for this month. And so on and so forth. I want to make this official and keep this going. I appreciate you joining me here. Again, if you're new, please like, subscribe this channel. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all being here, and I'll see you around. I do have to talk about my gem and mineral show experience, and that should be fun as well. But you all take care. Great love. Stay safe, and talk to you next time.